That is all for me, and we'll be back after this short ad.
I'm Joe,
Joseph,
and Joey,
attorneys at law.
Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do. Each year, thousands of incidents occur due to the misuse of oxygen in home and hospitals, including an estimated 1,200 injuries due to home oxygen fires alone in the United States. Have you or a loved one been injured due to improper use of home or hospital oxygen? You may be entitled to financial compensation. Examples may include oxygen toxicity. Prolonged use of high concentration oxygen can lead to chest pain, difficulty breathing, or even seizures. Or were you given a leaky tank that caused an explosion? All home oxygen tanks need to be inspected before giving away for proper use. Or maybe you even tripped on home oxygen tubing that was left unsecured in the home or hospital. I'll fight for you. If you think you've been in an accident, call JJJ and Associates, and we'll get you the help you need.
Special report, and now a word from our sponsors.
Puff Palace Oxygen Emporium is closing its doors for good. Get home oxygen equipment at amazing prices. We've got nasal cannulas that are 50% off for those looking for a low flow. So if you have anything like mild hypoxia, we've got you covered. Next, we have non-rebreather masks at 50% off. That's for those looking for a real wild time. They can get nearly 100% of oxygen using a beautiful reservoir bag. These should be used for patients with shock, carbon monoxide poisoning, or acute respiratory failure. Hi, I'm Ronald Puff, CEO of Puff Palace Oxygen Emporium. When I inherited this business 10 years ago, my father could have never dreamed of the amount of inventory that we need to get rid of. For those having an acute exacerbation of a chronic respiratory condition like asthma or pneumonia, we've got simple face masks up to 70% off. The rate at which I've driven this company into the ground is embarrassing. Come on down to Puff Palace Oxygen Emporium, where you can meet all your oxygen needs. And due to my crippling divorce, we're trying to sell as many as we can. We're basically giving them away. And we got some of the best stuff in town. If you don't believe us, here's some of our satisfied customers. So come on down to Puff Palace Emporium, where you'll probably see me sleeping in my car in the parking lot. Puff Palace Emporium. When the flow is good, so is the air. Breathing easy with comfort to spare. That's right. Behind me, there's what looks to be a giant structural fire at Centennial Mountain Henderson Valley Hospital. I have reports that what happened is this man decided to light a cigarette in his room while there's still being high flow oxygen on. It's important to remember the safeties of oxygen in a hospital setting. It seems like aside from the cigarette being lit, I'm getting reports that a member of the staff at the hospital stored their cylinders of oxygen on their sides. Sorry, it's very windy right now, Steve. It's important to remember that oxygen should always be stored upright. I'm getting another report that 2 patients on the psychiatric floor turned on all the oxygen trees, despite there being no tubing connected to them. It's highly important to remember that oxygen regulators and flow meters are used appropriately, and that oxygen sources are always off when in use. There is still no word from hospital CEO Angelico Miranda, addressing the rumors that there was no fire hazards put into place and that the hospital was not up to code on their fire extinguishers. Whenever dealing with hospital oxygen, you always need to have fire extinguishers in place and for exits to be shown to patients and available. The wind is increasing, so I will stay here and attempt to get the inside scoop. The studio has provided you with some notes on managing oxygen in a hospital setting. Back to you in the studio, Steve.